Chosen one. God said, "See this alone right now." I am speaking to you in this moment because something precious is unfolding around your life. And if you listen carefully, you will understand why this must be seen by you alone right now. This is not a coincidence, and it is not something meant for the noise of the crowd. I am asking you to pause, breathe, and open your heart, because what you are about to understand carries a quiet power that can change the way you walk forward from this day. If you hear these words deeply, you will realize that I have been guiding you through storms, through confusion, and through silent battles, so that you would arrive at this very moment where your eyes can finally see what others could never understand. The reason I said see this alone right now is because many voices around you have tried to shape how you think about your life. Some of those voices carried doubt, others carried fear, and some simply did not know the purpose I placed inside you. When too many voices surround a chosen heart, the truth becomes difficult to hear. That is why I gently pulled you aside into a quiet place so your spirit could recognize my presence without distraction. Before you continue listening, affirm your faith by commenting, "Amen." I have been watching every step you have taken, even the steps you thought were mistakes. You remember nights when you felt unseen, and days when your strength seemed almost gone. Yet even in those moments I never stepped away from you. I was shaping your endurance, teaching your heart how to stand when everything around you looked uncertain. You may have wondered why certain people left your life, why certain doors closed, and why some dreams seemed delayed. Those moments were not punishments, and they were not signs that you were forgotten. They were part of a quiet protection that surrounded you when you could not see what was happening behind the scenes. Some paths had to disappear so that the path meant for you could remain clear. When I say, "See this alone right now," I am revealing that your story has always been guided by my hands. Even when you felt alone, heaven was closer than you realized. Even when your heart felt tired, my strength was quietly holding you steady. The world may not have understood what you carried inside, but I have always known exactly who you are. There is a reason you kept moving forward even when the road felt heavy. There is a reason your spirit refused to completely give up even when discouragement tried to surround you. That reason is the purpose I placed inside your life long before you understood it. A chosen heart often walks through seasons that others cannot explain, but those seasons prepare the soul for something greater. Within this moment of quiet reflection, I want you to recognize how far you have come. Many storms tried to convince you that your journey would end in defeat. Yet every storm passed, and you are still standing here listening to these words. That alone is proof that my hand has been protecting your path. If this truth settles into your heart, comment 1010. Your life has never been ordinary in my eyes. I have seen every act of kindness you offered when no one noticed. I have seen every tear that fell when you felt overwhelmed by burdens others never saw. Nothing about your story has been hidden from me, and nothing about your future is uncertain in my hands. Sometimes I allow silence so that your spirit learns to trust me even without immediate answers. Those silent seasons are not empty spaces. They are places where your faith grows stronger, roots beneath the surface. When the time comes for the next chapter, those roots will hold you steady. You may have thought that your struggles were signs that something was wrong with your path. In truth, many of those struggles were signs that you were moving exactly where I was guiding you. Growth often happens in quiet battles that the world never sees. Those battles shape the courage and wisdom that will carry you forward. Right now, I am asking you to see clearly what has been forming around your life. I have been building something strong inside your spirit. Patience has been growing there, compassion has been growing there, strength has been growing there. These are the foundations that will support the blessings coming toward you. This is why the moment matters so deeply. When I say see this alone right now, I am inviting you to step away from the noise that tries to define your worth. The opinions of others cannot determine the destiny I have written for you. The doubts spoken by others cannot erase the calling placed inside your heart. You were never meant to walk exactly like everyone else. Your path carries a unique purpose, and that purpose requires moments of solitude where you can hear my voice clearly. These quiet spaces are not signs of abandonment. They are sacred spaces where your spirit reconnects with the truth about who you are. As you continue listening, allow your heart to settle into the assurance that you are not forgotten. I have been arranging circumstances, guiding unseen details, and preparing doors that will open at the right moment. Timing in my hands is never rushed and never late. If this message touches your heart and you feel peace rising within you, take a moment to like the video so this light can reach others who are quietly waiting for hope. You have carried burdens that others never noticed. Some days you smiled while your heart felt heavy. Some nights you lay awake wondering when the pressure would finally ease. Through all of that, I was watching you grow stronger in ways you could not measure at the time. Chosen hearts often walk through refining seasons before they see the full picture of their calling. Those seasons remove fear and replace it with quiet courage. They remove doubt and replace it with steady faith. Every step you took through those moments has been shaping the person you are becoming. You may not fully see it yet, but your life has been unfolding with careful intention. I have been guiding you toward moments of clarity, just like this one. Each realization brings you closer to understanding how deeply you are loved and protected. The truth is that your journey has never been random. Every chapter has been part of a greater design that will eventually make sense to you. Even the painful parts will one day reveal how they strengthened your heart and deepened your compassion. When you feel uncertain again, remember this moment. Remember that I called you aside and asked you to see clearly. Remember that I reminded you that your life carries purpose beyond what the world can measure. This awareness will help you walk forward with confidence. You are not simply surviving the struggles of life. You are being prepared for a future that requires the strength growing inside you now. Every challenge you faced has been building that strength step by step. Nothing you endured has been wasted. As this understanding settles deeper into your spirit, you will begin to notice a shift inside your heart. Fear will slowly lose its hold, doubt will begin to fade. In their place, you will feel a steady confidence that comes from knowing I am walking with you. Your path is not finished, and your story is still unfolding. There are blessings ahead that you cannot yet imagine. There are moments of peace and joy that will surprise you when they arrive. What matters right now is that you keep your heart open to my guidance. This moment where I asked you to see this alone is not the end of something, it is the beginning of a clearer vision. From this point forward, you will begin recognizing the quiet ways I move within your life. The more you notice those moments, the stronger your faith will become. You are chosen not because you are perfect, but because your heart continues to seek truth even after difficult seasons. That sincerity matters deeply to me. It is the reason I continue guiding you step by step. Hold on to this awareness as you move through the days ahead. When the world becomes loud again, remember the quiet place where you heard my voice clearly. Remember that I called you to see something important about your life. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are walking through a journey that has been carefully watched over from the very beginning. And right now, you are beginning to see it more clearly than ever before. Many times the world becomes so loud that my voice becomes difficult to hear, yet my voice has always been there, guiding you through every step. The quiet moment you are in right now is a gift, because in this stillness, your spirit can finally recognize what has been happening around your life. You are beginning to see that the journey you thought was confusing has actually been carefully guided. There were seasons when you felt like you were moving through darkness without direction. You looked ahead and could not see where the road would lead, and sometimes that uncertainty made your heart feel heavy. Yet every step you took during those moments was still within my care. Even when your vision was limited, my vision over your life remained clear and steady. I knew exactly where each step would lead you long before you arrived there. One of the most powerful things you will begin to realize is that the strength inside you did not appear suddenly. It was formed slowly through the very experiences that once made you feel weak. Every time you faced disappointment and still chose to stand again, your spirit grew stronger. Every time you faced confusion and still chose to trust that something good could come, your faith deepened. Comment 333 to declare your faith. I want you to understand something important about the path of a chosen heart. A chosen life is not free from hardship, but it is always surrounded by purpose. The challenges you faced were never meant to break you. They were meant to shape the wisdom that will guide you into the future I am preparing for you. There were moments when you questioned whether you were truly moving in the right direction. Sometimes it felt as if your efforts were unseen or your prayers were unanswered. Yet even during those quiet seasons, I was arranging pieces of your life that you could not yet see. I was aligning people, opportunities, and timing in ways that would eventually support the path meant for you. The reason I asked you to see this alone is because your spirit needed a moment of clarity. When too many opinions surround you, it becomes easy to doubt what your heart already knows. My voice reaches you best when your heart is still enough to listen. In that stillness, you begin to recognize the truth that has been quietly guiding your life. You may remember times when something inside you urged you to keep moving forward, even when everything around you looked uncertain. That quiet urging was my presence, strengthening your spirit. It was not pressure or fear pushing you forward. It was the gentle assurance that your journey still had meaning. Many people around you may not fully understand what you have carried inside. They see the surface of your life, but they do not see the depth of your resilience. They do not see the silent prayers, the private struggles, or the courage it took for you to continue standing. I have seen every one of those moments, and each one matters. When you look back now, you may begin to notice that certain hardships actually redirected you toward better paths. What once felt like loss sometimes protected you from situations that would have harmed your spirit. What once looked like delay sometimes gave you the time needed to grow stronger. My guidance has always been working quietly, even when you could not recognize it. This is why your story carries meaning beyond what you once imagined. Your life is not simply a collection of random events. It is a journey shaped by lessons, growth, and purpose. Each step has been preparing your heart to receive the blessings that are slowly approaching your life. Sometimes the greatest transformation happens when a person finally sees their life through a clearer lens. That clarity is what I am giving you now. I want you to recognize that you are not defined by the struggles you endured. You are defined by the strength that carried you through them. There will be moments ahead when you will look at situations differently than you once did. Things that once caused fear will begin to lose their power over you. Doubt will no longer control your decisions the way it once tried to. Confidence will begin to grow because you will remember that I have been guiding you all along. This confidence does not come from pride or from believing you must face everything alone. It comes from understanding that you are never truly walking by yourself. My presence moves with you even when you cannot physically see it. My guidance continues even when the path ahead looks quiet. The world often tries to measure success through quick results and visible achievements. Yet the growth I have been forming in your life is deeper than what the world usually notices. I have been shaping your character, strengthening your compassion, and expanding your understanding of others. These qualities will open doors that simple ambition could never open. You will begin to notice that certain situations no longer disturb your peace the way they once did. This is because your spirit is learning how to rest in the assurance of my care. Peace grows stronger when a heart understands that it is protected even during uncertain moments. There are blessings approaching your life that will arrive quietly but powerfully. They will not always come with loud announcements or dramatic changes. Sometimes they will appear as unexpected opportunities, new connections, or sudden moments of clarity. When they arrive, you will recognize them because your heart will feel a deep sense of alignment. Comment 777 if you trust this. I want you to hold on to the truth that your life carries meaning far beyond the doubts that once surrounded you. The struggles you walked through did not erase your purpose. They revealed the strength that was already growing inside you. As you continue forward, your perspective will continue to expand. Situations that once confused you will begin to make sense in new ways. You will start recognizing how certain events were guiding you toward places where your gifts and compassion could make a difference. You may also notice that your heart becomes more patient with the process of life. Instead of feeling rushed or pressured by the expectations of others, you will begin to move with quiet confidence. That confidence comes from knowing that your timing does not have to match the timing of everyone around you. Your journey is unique, and the path ahead is unfolding in ways that are meant specifically for you. When you remember that truth, the pressure to compare yourself with others will slowly disappear. Comparison fades when a person begins to understand the value of their own calling. There will still be moments when challenges appear because growth continues throughout life, yet those challenges will not carry the same weight they once did. You will face them with a steadier heart because you will remember that you are never facing them alone. My protection around your life has never weakened. Even when circumstances seemed uncertain, that protection remained steady. Many things that could have harmed you were quietly turned away without you ever realizing it. You are stepping into a season where your awareness of my guidance will grow stronger. You will begin to notice small moments that remind you that you are being watched over with care. These reminders will strengthen your faith and encourage your spirit. The quiet realization that you are experiencing right now will continue to expand. As you move forward, you will carry this awareness with you. It will become a steady source of peace, even when life becomes busy again. I called you to see this alone right now, because sometimes a single moment of clarity can change how a person walks through the rest of their life. This moment is one of those turning points for you. It is a moment where doubt begins to fade and trust begins to grow stronger. Your story is still unfolding, and the chapters ahead will carry blessings that your heart once hoped for. What matters most right now is that you continue walking forward with courage and faith. The journey is far from over, and the purpose inside you is still rising. You have spent a long time trying to understand why certain chapters of your life unfolded the way they did. Some memories still feel heavy when you think about them. There were times when you felt misunderstood, and moments when it seemed like your efforts were overlooked by the people around you. Yet even in those moments, something inside you continued to rise again. That strength inside you did not come from chance. I placed that resilience within your spirit long before you ever faced those struggles. Every time you stood up again after disappointment, that strength became stronger. Every time you chose hope instead of surrender, your faith began to grow deeper. The world sometimes expects people to walk through life without scars, but I see your scars differently. I see them as reminders of how far you have come. They tell the story of a heart that refused to stop believing that something better could still appear ahead. Those scars are not weaknesses, they are evidence that your spirit carries endurance. There were days when you felt like you were carrying too much alone. You may have looked around and wondered why the support you hoped for did not always appear. Yet in those quiet struggles you were learning something powerful. You were discovering that your strength was not dependent on the approval of others. Your courage grew in places where nobody applauded you. Your perseverance strengthened in moments where nobody knew the battles you were fighting. These hidden victories matter more than the world often realizes. They shaped the character that now stands within you. Comment 555 to declare your faith. When I asked you to see this alone, it was because the realization I am giving you cannot fully grow in a crowded place. Some truths require stillness before they can take root in a heart. When your mind becomes quiet enough to listen, the meaning behind your journey begins to appear more clearly. You are beginning to see that the difficult seasons did not destroy your path. Instead, they prepared your spirit for a stronger future. Many of the things that once felt like endings were actually quiet redirections. They guided you away from places that would not have nurtured your purpose. I was protecting you even when it did not look like protection at the time. Some relationships faded because they could not grow alongside the future I was preparing for you. Some opportunities disappeared because they would have pulled your heart away from the path meant for you. These moments were not losses in the way they once seemed. Now, your understanding is slowly changing. Instead of seeing only what went wrong, you are beginning to notice how certain events shaped your wisdom. That wisdom will guide you into choices that bring greater peace into your life. There will come a time soon when you look back and recognize how carefully each step was arranged. The pieces that once looked scattered will begin to form a clear picture. In that moment, you will realize that even your most confusing seasons were moving you toward growth. Your heart has carried kindness even through moments when life felt unfair. That kindness has not been ignored. Compassion is one of the greatest strengths a person can carry, and it has been quietly growing inside you through everything you experienced. The empathy you feel for others will become a light that touches many lives. You may not yet see the full impact your life will have, but the seeds of it are already forming. The patience you developed will help guide others who are struggling. The understanding you gained from your own challenges will help you offer comfort to those who feel alone. Nothing you experienced was wasted. Sometimes you wondered whether your quiet efforts mattered. You questioned whether the small acts of kindness you offered made any difference at all. Yet, every sincere action carries ripples far beyond what the eye can see. The goodness you shared continues to move through the lives of others. Chosen hearts often underestimate the influence they carry. They move through life quietly helping others without realizing how powerful their presence can be. Your life carries that same quiet influence. It may not always appear dramatic, but it is deeply meaningful. The clarity you are receiving right now will help you move forward with new confidence. The doubts that once filled your thoughts will begin to lose their strength. Instead of questioning your worth, you will begin to recognize the value of your journey. Your path was never meant to look identical to the paths of those around you. Some people travel smoother roads, while others walk through terrain that builds deeper resilience. Your road shaped a strength that will help you face the future with calm determination. The coming days will bring opportunities for you to use the wisdom you have gained. Situations will appear where your patience and compassion become exactly what someone else needs. These moments will remind you that your journey has purpose beyond what you once imagined. You will also begin to feel a new sense of peace growing inside you. This peace does not mean life will become completely free from challenges. It means that even during challenges, you will feel a quiet assurance that you are being guided and protected. Comment 999 if you trust this. Your life is entering a period where the lessons of the past begin to transform into strength for the future. The struggles that once felt heavy will slowly become reminders of how resilient you truly are. Instead of feeling weighed down by them, you will begin to stand taller because of them. I want you to remember that you are never measured by the temporary setbacks you experienced. You are measured by the courage that allowed you to continue moving forward. That courage is one of the most beautiful qualities a person can carry. There are blessings approaching your life that will arrive at the right moment. Some will come quietly through opportunities that align naturally with your gifts. Others will appear through connections with people who recognize the goodness within your heart. These blessings will feel different from anything you have experienced before. When they arrive, you will recognize them not only through circumstance but through the peace that accompanies them. Peace is one of the clearest signs that you are walking within the path meant for you. When your spirit feels calm even during change, it means you are moving in alignment with my guidance. Your awareness of my presence will continue to grow as you move forward. Small moments throughout your day will remind you that you are not walking alone. A sudden sense of reassurance, an unexpected encouragement, or a quiet feeling of hope will appear exactly when you need it. These reminders will strengthen your trust and help you move forward with greater confidence. Instead of fearing the unknown, you will begin to see the future as a place where new possibilities can unfold. I asked you to see this alone because sometimes a heart must step away from the crowd to rediscover its connection with truth. That connection is what will guide you through every chapter that still lies ahead. You are not forgotten, and you are not walking without purpose. The journey unfolding before you carries meaning that is still revealing itself step by step. The clarity you feel right now is only the beginning of a deeper understanding that will continue to grow. As you continue walking through this quiet understanding, allow your heart to remain steady, because what you are realizing now is only the beginning of a deeper awakening within your spirit. When I told you to see this alone right now, it was because the truth I am revealing to you must settle gently into your heart without distraction. Many times, people around you may try to interpret your life through their own experiences, yet they cannot fully see the purpose that has been growing inside you. That purpose was planted by me long before anyone else ever formed an opinion about your path. The quiet moment you are living through right now is allowing you to reconnect with that truth. You have walked through seasons where you questioned your direction and wondered whether your efforts were truly leading somewhere meaningful. There were times when progress felt slow and moments when your spirit felt tired from carrying burdens that others did not understand. Yet even during those moments, your heart refused to completely surrender to despair. Something inside you continued to whisper that your journey still had meaning. That whisper was not coming from your fears or your imagination. It was my presence guiding your steps. The strength that you carry today did not appear suddenly. It was formed through every challenge that tried to slow your progress. Each obstacle you faced forced your spirit to grow stronger roots. Those roots now hold you steady, even when life becomes uncertain again. Comment 1111 to affirm your faith. Many people believe that purpose appears in life through dramatic moments, yet often it grows quietly through perseverance. The way you continued moving forward through confusion and disappointment revealed a resilience that many people never develop. Even when you felt unsure, you still took the next step that appeared in front of you. Those small steps mattered more than you realized at the time. I have been watching those steps carefully. I saw every effort you made to stay kind, even when you felt hurt. I saw every moment you chose patience instead of anger. Those choices shaped the character that now stands inside you. Your character has become stronger than you once believed possible. You may remember moments when certain doors closed just as you were hoping they would open. At the time, those experiences felt discouraging and confusing, yet those closed doors were not meant to punish you. They were protecting your future by guiding you away from paths that would have taken you far from your true calling. When something disappears from your life, it does not always mean something is being taken from you. Sometimes it means space is being created for something more aligned with your purpose. The redirections you experienced were quietly guiding you toward a path where your gifts could truly grow. The truth is that your life has been surrounded by protection even during moments when it felt uncertain. Many difficulties that could have overwhelmed you were softened by unseen guidance. You were carried through storms that could have been far heavier than what you experienced. This is one of the reasons I asked you to see this alone right now. I want your heart to understand how deeply you have been cared for throughout your journey. When you recognize that truth, fear begins to lose its power over your thoughts. Confidence begins to replace the doubt that once filled your mind. You are not the same person you were years ago. Your understanding has expanded and your compassion has grown deeper. The challenges you faced gave you a wisdom that cannot be learned from easy circumstances.